Okay, I think it's live. Hey, y'all. Happy Sunday. I'm a little bit early, but I decided to go ahead and go live. Hey, Donald. Looking forward to hear you talk. It's very nice. Hope you're enjoying it. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're having a great day, too. I always say, I always say this. You have a good heart. Thank you, Donald. Thank you. I try to be a good person. I fall short of it sometimes, and it say things I shouldn't say when these weirdos on here trigger me. But I'm going to try to quit doing that. Anyways, I'll just wait for y'all to get in here. I'm just having a cup of coffee. I was out here with my Chromebook, taking some notes for Dr. Jeffrey McDonald's stream tomorrow. Tuesday, we're doing Susan Smith since it's the anniversary of her murdering her kids. Hey, Hibiscus, Cheryl T. How are y'all doing? Sorry, guys, I couldn't stream last week. I just had a lot going on. Timothy's sick again and just this and that, but we'll get back on schedule this week. It's a beautiful day out, guys. I've just been out here taking some notes for our stream in the morning, trying to put up the Halloween background for our Halloween stream. So much to do, so little time. Afternoon here, so windy today. Did I say good morning? I meant good afternoon. I'm always streaming in the morning, so I have a habit of saying good morning. I tell y'all, I can't remember what I say to people as they come in the chat or anything. Hold on, y'all will see my hammer I've been using. This is my hammer. I've had to put up a few little nails for my backdrop, and I didn't have a hammer inside the house, and I didn't want to go out in the building and get one. I'm trying to fix my little blanket here I've got over my little office chair because my cats have plucked my chair to death, children. I'm telling you. There's something else. But I love my little kitties. How y'all been doing this weekend? Y'all been having a good weekend? I had a date night last night. Just a home date night, at home, spending time together, drinking a few beers, stinking natural light. I can't stand it. Tried taking the grandbaby to pumpkin patch, but the sand and grass kept blowing in her eyes. Oh my goodness. Really? I can't stand it. I remember one time, like a tornado, like we was getting like some of the weather from a tornado. And I was getting on the school bus. It was afternoon. We was loading up. And the wind started blowing and like sand and dirt went in my eyes. And it was just an awful time. My eyes swelled up. Hey, fat baby Toodles, afternoon. How are you doing? Has anybody else got the leaves changing at their house? Guys, we blowed all these leaves all over this freaking yard and our other side, and they're already back down. Already back down again. Oh, guys, I've got a new pet. I've got a wild southern leopard frog. I swear to God, it's living in Annabelle's bucket over there. And I had to get her a new water bucket because she don't want to drink out of a bucket with a stinking frog in it. But I don't know what to do with it. I'm assuming it needed water or it wouldn't have jumped in the bucket. But it's so cute. I wanted to bring it home with me and put it in a bowl, but I don't think that would work. Anyways. Did y'all see where people is protesting? Let me try. I'm trying to fix this door thing here. Plastic thing I hung up. People are protesting outside of Quentin Simon's home. Grandparents' home. And 3 people was cuffed and stuffed last night. It's good enough for them. It's good enough. Oh my gosh, there's tons of leaves, Cheryl. It's unreal. We've not even blowed the leaves over at the Funny Farm. There's tons over there too. I did a little TikTok video walking through them the other day. I mean, there's just tons. What is it, Ladybug? What do you want? What? Every time I get on a live stream or something, Ladybug just started aggravating me. I think she thinks I'm talking to myself and then I'm nuts. Do you think I'm nuts, Ladybug? Do you think it? Well, guys, that dog, Lucy, aka Loretta, I reckon he went and picked her up from down there at Animal Control. So she's back home with her family. But that guy, I'm telling you, he said that, this is what he told me, guys. I want to tell you about this. He found me on Facebook because when you find a dog like that, the animal shelter has to hold them 5 days before a rescue can come in and get them. Now, we had been working with a woman that works down here at the gas station that's in with the Paws organization, and she had a rescue lined up to come in and get Loretta. But by law, you have to take them to the animal shelter, and they post their pictures on Facebook, see if any owners will come forward. 5 days, they hold them for 5 days. Well, somebody had commented under her picture, and it sounded like they knew who the owner was, but actually they didn't. But anyways, I had commented, hey, my boyfriend found this dog, blah, blah, blah. We was just wanting her to be, reunited with her family or find a good home. Anyways, this guy's mother seen it, and he commented under the post, and he's like, that's my daughter's dog. Can you please message me? So I did, and I went to his Facebook, and of course, right there on his banner, above his profile picture, is a picture of his family with Lucy, aka Loretta. So it is his daughter's dog. He sent me some pictures of the little girl hunting with the dog in the woods and stuff. And he says he's been having trouble with his neighbors. He asked me if she had a collar on when she was found. I said, no, she did not. I said, actually, I've got a video of her pulling up with Mark, and I had to bring a collar out to him, an old collar of Skylar's, and in the video you can see him putting it on. But anyways, he said that she had a collar on, and she had a $300 tracking collar on. Some of his story, I don't know, just didn't make sense to me. Because at first he was like, yeah, I was out hunting with her, with my daughter, and she took off, which I know is bullcrap, guys. I know it's bullcrap, because I could turn that dog loose here with me, and she'd run down there in the woods a little bit. She wouldn't get out of my sight. Then he said, well, I think, she got lost and went back home. And that's when my neighbor took her and took the tracking collar off of her and went and dumped her. He said he believes that's what happened. And I was dying to say something to him about the dog being beat on, but I didn't. But I wanted to say, and Mark advised me not to, I wanted to say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, maybe ever who got their hands on your dog might have beat her with a broom or something, because you could pick up a broom to sweep your porch off and the dog hunkers down. But I didn't say nothing about it. Those people at the Simon House deserve to be arrested, in my opinion. People lose their mind. They're not helping the case none. I don't know what do they think's going to happen? Leilani's going to come out there and say, hey guys, I killed Quentin. I mean, really? What do they think's going to happen? Them people is so weird. So weird. Like, I get having passion about something and wanting the answers and stuff, but it's just not the answer going to someone's house, standing outside of it, screaming and stuff. 3 were arrested last night and charged with disorderly conduct. See, they wouldn't allow that here, because we have like a noise ordinance thing. You can't disturb the other neighbors in the neighborhood, See, what these people are not thinking about, they're disturbing the whole neighborhood and other children in the neighborhood. Now, it's been the weekend, but, like during the week, little children have to go to school, and they need to get in the bed and feel like, it's safe to go to sleep and stuff. And what little child's going to feel safe in a neighborhood where people are standing outside, where tragedies done happen, right? And then people are standing outside the house shouting and stuff. Hey, knitting artisan. Been wanting to take the kids to the pumpkin patch too, but had to work last couple of weekends. Might end up with some late Halloween. Hey, better late than never. I've not even got a pumpkin right now. Um, I'm definitely not buying one from the grocery store because they're $9.99 for a pumpkin. Small pumpkins, big pumpkins. But Royal King has got pick your own pumpkin $4.99. Even the big ones $4.99. They had some there for like $1.99. Thank you, Donald. I do care about people, and I try to think about other people. I get it. That like she deserves that Leilani. She deserves to be shouted out and stuff, right? Like I get it. She deserves it, but it's just not appropriate thing to do. It's just not. It's not going to get anywhere. Like I said, I mean, what do they think she's going to do? Come out and say, oh, yeah, I killed Quentin, or I didn't kill Quentin? I mean, she's not going to come out and say crap. They shouldn't have allowed to do it as long as they did last night, and they were calling the cops. I'm so glad that they arrested some of them. Yep, Bullhorn Betty is down there. I was watching Amanda Lynn's stream last night. She was talking about it, and she was showing some of it. Of course, I'd had about 4 beers by then. When I was typing in her chat, I was about 3 sheets to the wind. 4 beers, all it takes me, guys. About 3.5. Anyways, I was like, I said, Bullhorn needs to sit down. She is not law enforcement, and it's the truth. Yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up for me. Sign the guest book, as they say. I just think it's ridiculous. They're not thinking about all the other neighbors and little children. What if there was little children and babies in that neighborhood that was trying to go to sleep and stuff? Who's going to feel safe to get your kids to sleep, leave them in another room, and lay down and go to sleep with weirdos out there screaming and going on? It's ridiculous. So this is the new normal, guys. This is the new normal. Every child that goes missing, every murder that happens, people just goes outside people's houses and starts screaming. Totally ridiculous. Hey, if you want to go protest something, go to a real protest. They need just to back off and let cops do their job. Now, I heard, what's her name? Voices Behind the Wall interviewed Quentin's uncle. I don't know if that's Leilani's brother or what. Let me get on my Chromebook here. Let me search her name. I've done got YouTube pulled up. Voices. You know, every time I say her name, I think about, for some reason, People Under the Stairs. Y'all remember that movie? It's a good movie. By the way, I've been watching all kinds of horror movies, old ones. Okay, Quentin Simon discussion with special guest / Billy's loved ones. The truth behind the lie. So I guess this is it. Her last stream. I'll have to take a listen to that later and see what all she asked him, what all he says. So is Leilani still living with her mother? What's her name? Billy? Hey, Carolina girl. Cannot get over those two partying on Tiber Island, guilty or not. What mom is so heartless? No, okay, Carolina girl, I'm behind, so you're gonna have to explain that to me. So the mom and the boyfriend were out partying after Quentin was reported missing. Wow, it's a really concerned mother. I'm gonna let you answer me though. Was it before or after? That's crazy. Okay, I don't understand. I'm not blaming the grandmother. Of course, you never think your daughter's going to kill her own child or harm them, you know. But why was she allowed to keep the child unsupervised? Evidently, she had custody took from her for a reason. It was after Donald. Thank you. So she went partying after. Well, she thinks she's hot stuff in her little bikini bikini pictures on TikTok, trying to look all sexy and bad. Looks like a little 12-year-old girl. I just don't know about these people, guys. I just don't know what's wrong with people in the world. Well, we always know, 9 times out of 10, when we hear somebody say, I woke up and my child was gone, my little infant is gone from the house, we know what's up usually, 9 times out of 10. Nobody come in and got them. I heard a professional on HLN say one time that stranger abductions are rare. Not unheard of, it happens, but rare. Most kids, when they're reported missing, they go missing by the hands of somebody that knows them. I'm getting ready, speaking of that, I'm getting ready to watch that little series on Peacock, A Friend of the Family. It's based on a true story where this man, he befriends his family at church. He's a married man himself. What's his name? Birchtold or something like that. Anyways, he starts having an affair with the mom of the family. And really, he has his sights set on their little bitty girl. And throughout the years, he kidnaps her not once, but twice. Tells her, you know, he had her brainwashed to thinking that aliens would come down and hurt her family if she didn't engage in sexual relations with them. It's called A Friend of the Family. Let me see. I want to look it up so I can explain it to y'all better. Now, I started watching the new Halloween movie and I turned it off on Peacock. I do got Peacock with my new Wi-Fi and cable thing. Okay, A Friend of the Family, the harrowing true story of Broberg family, whose young daughter Jan was kidnapped multiple times in the 1970s by a charismatic, obsessed family friend. Devoted to their faith, family, and community, the Brobergs were unprepared for the sophisticated tactics their neighbor used to exploit their vulnerabilities, drive them apart, turn their daughter against them, permanently altering their lives. And while many are apt to place blame on the parents, Jan Broberg came to their defense in 2019 when she tweeted, "My parents saved my life. They're the bravest people I know. Willing to try to help the rest of you see what they didn't. That is the only reason we told our story." And it's called A Friend of the Family. And this is based on a true story. It's on Peacock right now. I'm going to try to watch that. Warrior Grandma, how you doing? Yes, that is from the 70s, Fat Baby Toodles. Yep, happened in the 70s. Yeah, he was a married man, too. He was a married man, and he was also a pedophile and a church-going man. And so he met that Broberg family in church and befriended them. He was always over there. Then he started having an affair with the mom because he had his sights set on Jan, their daughter, from the time she was a little bitty girl. And they used to let that man, it is weird. I can see why people kind of do blame the parents because they let him take that little girl horseback riding by herself and stuff. If some man was coming to my house or woman and wanting just to take Timothy places without any other children or us around, you know, that would be a big red flag. Yeah, it's weird. Yes, I remember that case. It was so strange. He slept with the mom. Oh, he slept with the dad, too? I didn't read that yesterday. See, I looked it up on Google yesterday because I was like, was this based on a true story or something? I'd never heard of it. And yeah, it is. And see, the mom and the daughter, they wrote a book about it. It's what he did is he tried to destroy this family and separate them. See, for a while, the mom and dad split up after the affair came to light. And then they got back together. It was what it was. This one time, he wanted to take Jan horseback riding, and they didn't come home for like a freaking week or something. And then years later, when she was a teenager, he kidnapped her again. And he would tell her that, if she didn't have sex with him and stuff, the aliens would come and hurt her family. And she really believed it. She really believed it. Her brainwashed. Totally brainwashed. Oh, I was going to say what happened outside Quentin's house. I forgot. And I'm going to have to go warm my coffee. Warm it up. Let's see. Update. Protesters arrested outside missing toddler's home. Amid Savannah landfill. Okay, so there's a pause on the landfill search, it says. Okay, he's such a little cutie. Okay. Quentin's mother, 22-year-old Leilani Simons, considered the prime suspect, but has not been arrested or charged. She came under heightened public scrutiny after being spotted drinking at a beach bar in Tybee Island while investigators combed the landfill. Because that's what any good mother does, right? Innocent person. While your child's missing and they, think it's been dumped in a landfill and they're digging through the landfill, a good mother goes out and parties, right? I'm being sarcastic, y'all. I'll be right back. I gotta get me some warm coffee. I gotta get busy in a minute. I gotta straighten up my kid's bedroom for him a little bit. I know I should be making him do it himself, but I'm gonna get him to help me with something else. I'm gonna straighten his bedroom up before he gets back from my mom's. Oh, guys, I wanted to show y'all my sweatshirt I got at Royal King. I freaking love it. I may have showed it to you already. Hold on, it's not wanting to. It's not what. My lipstick's messed up. Look at it, check it out. I like it because it don't got a freaking hood on it. I have a hard time finding sweatshirts like this. Oh, I got my Hocus Pocus eyeshadow on, but needs to be blended. Needs to be blended a little bit. Some of my lipsticks come off down there at the bottom, my liner, as I've been sitting here drinking coffee. Let's turn that back around. We ain't trying to scare people today. Anyhow, I hate being on camera out here in this direct sunlight, boy. It just shows everything. So what y'all's plans today? Okay, let me see. 3 protesters were subsequently arrested for allegedly blocking the driveway, preventing someone from being able to leave. Okay. It says 3 people were arrested on Friday night while protesting outside Quentin Simon's home. Chatham County Police went to the home after receiving complaints about protesters who then left the scene. But later in the night, the 3 protesters returned, blocked the driveway, preventing someone from being able to leave. The protesters are William Garrett, Wanda Boatwright, and John Boatwright. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh, because I know someone with that last name. Okay, so they were subsequently charged with disorderly conduct after ignoring officers' orders to move. Because they are above the police. They don't have to move when told by an authority figure such as the police. A bunch of assholes. Police did not specify whether Quentin's mother, Leilani Simon, or his grandmother, Billie Joe Howe, were home at the time. Search continues 17th day, Sunday, October 23rd. Investigators continue to search landfill where Quentin is believed to be buried. After Quentin disappeared, authorities searched a nearby pond, a backyard swimming pool, and the Savannah house where he was last seen. Those areas were recanvassed on the 10th of October when the pool in the backyard of the home was drained. While it was unclear if any evidence was found or removed from it, police announced on October 11th the discovery of evidence that we believe will help move this case forward. I'd say she was on camera or something, dumping something into the trash. dumping him into the trash. That's why they decided to go to the landfill. Something led them there, guys. They weren't like, oh, let's just go search the landfill. Maybe he's there. No, no, something led them there. That's my opinion. Had to. Okay, let me see. Police given $250,000 in funding for Quentin Simon's search. Okay. New details on Leilani Simon's prior arrest. Okay, so she was on probation at the time of Quentin's disappearance. WSAV reported details on the arrest that led to her probation on Friday. According to the outlet, Miss Simon was charged with a felony last year for stealing items from the Love's truck stop where she worked. Oh, she was stealing from work. She was sentenced to 12 months of probation under a plea deal that saw the charge downgraded to a misdemeanor. Separate records showed that police were called to intervene in a fight between Miss Simon and her mother, Billy Jo Howe. Well, that sounds like a lovely home to live at. Mother and daughter arguing in front of little children. At that time, Miss Simon told officers she didn't want trouble because she was already on probation. Quentin's mother and grandmother seen at bar amid landfill search. Saturday, October 22nd. Okay, right here. On the first day of the FBI search for Quentin's remains in a landfill in Savannah, local news station WSAV first reported that Leilani Simon, now the prime suspect in the investigation, and her mother, Billy Jo Howe, were seen drinking at Stingray's, a bar in the neighboring Tybee Island. When contacted by the Independent about the incident on the 18th of October, a staff member at the bar said they were here, they drank, they left. Okay. So the grandmother was at the freaking bar too. She sounds like a lovely lady too. You know, because most grandmothers and mothers go out drinking when someone's missing in the family, especially a little bitty child. That would be the last thing, which my mom doesn't go to bars anymore. She goes to some bluegrass thing that they call it the country cabin, but that would be the last thing on my mind and my mom's mind. I know some people could argue, well, maybe they went in there to calm their nerves and get them a drink. Well, if they need their nerves calmed by alcohol, they should have bought some at the store. And has Leilani helped search anywhere? You know, she claiming she's innocent and stuff. Has she been out searching? Boatwright's a popular name in Georgia, actually. Who are the Boatwrights that got arrested? Hold on, let me go back and look. I think it was Wanda Boatwright. That's one of my son's friends' names. That's his last name, and Timothy calls him Boatwright all the time. I think it was Wanda Boatwright. The name just sounded familiar, though. Let me go down. William Garrett, and Wanda Boatwright, and John Boatwright. So William Garrett, Wanda Boatwright, John Boatwright. Subsequently charged with disorderly conduct after ignoring officers' orders to move. Like, who the hell do they think they are? That they don't have to obey a police command. They should have tased their asses. That's what they should have done instead of sitting there arguing with them about moving. They should have just tased them. I'm glad they got cuffed and stuff. Now, what good is it going to do to block someone's driveway? And where is Zane, the other child? Does anyone know? Was he removed from the grandmother's custody after Quentin disappeared? This is one messed up family, you can tell. Which nobody's family's perfect. Everybody has problems and stuff, but it just seems like how you say that? Volatile environment, household. That can't be no good for kids, you know, seeing the mother and grandmother argue. And why the grandmother let Leilani live there with her boyfriend for? That's not appropriate for little children. I mean, if they want to shack up, they should get their own freaking house. I just don't get it. Why she was left with the kids if she don't even, she evidently had custody removed for a reason. Got some drug problems. I thought both other kids got, okay, they took the children? Okay. Well, that's a relief. So there's a grandpa too, right? Where was he at? Cheryl T, yes. So Grandma Cece is feisty today. I know. I'm giving them hell. I mean, I just don't understand these freaking weirdos. I mean, can you imagine living in the house with Leilani and her mom friggin' arguing? I mean, the law's being called there for over them arguing, so, it must have gotten pretty damn heated. Let's see what else I can find. Where was Bullhorn Betty when these people was getting cuffed and stuff? And I would ask what her name is, but probably nobody knows. And then if anybody really said her real name, she'd be like, oh my God, I got doxxed. Bullhorn. Does she got her bullhorn with her down there? What's going on? She thinks she's a freaking FBI agent. Apparently out on the road with Billy. Okay, so what does Billy do for a living? Is she like a truck driver or something? A lot of women get their CDL license and they go on the road with their husband who drives 18-wheeler, and they can take over when their hubby gets tired. Bullhorn Betty already been run off back. Oh, she's done been run out. Ain't nobody likes her. And I'm going to tell you why nobody likes her. Because she's a freaking know-it-all. I'm here to tell you, and there's another one on here. It's not from our community, somebody else's community. And she is nothing but a freaking know-it-all either. Nothing but a know-it-all. Runs that mouth all the time. Then anybody says something back to her. Oh my gosh, I got mental health problems. We all do, lady. We all do. Okay, let's see. Quentin Simon's mom, Leilani, cops to drug use while pregnant. Oh, she used drugs while she was pregnant. Oh, she just keeps getting better and better. Okay. Let's see. The grandma had custody of Quentin and Leilani's two other children who are about 6 months and 3 years old. Oh my gosh. So she's got 3 kids at how old? Honey, you know what birth control is? You need to get you some, but I say you don't have to worry about that because you're getting ready to go to prison. It froze up on me. So she admitted to drug use while being pregnant. Now, I don't know in y'all's area, but I think they test pregnant women at their OBGYN appointments when they're pregnant. I know they drug test you when you give birth. Monday's hearing was sealed, but according to court documents obtained by the Sun, the kids were removed from the home October 12th because they were deemed to be in immediate danger of abuse or neglect. Leilani is a chronic, unrehabilitated substance abuser of cocaine and cannabis. Well, cannabis, I don't have a problem with that. The cocaine, yeah. Cannabis, that is not like a high-powered drug. It's a natural herb. I think cocaine comes from a plant, but that's some bad stuff. After being granted guardianship, Hal failed to provide adequate supervision and left them in Leilani's care. Yeah, see, that is the thing that frustrates me. These kids were took from Leilani for a reason. And then, gave into, what's her name, Billy Joe Howe. And then what does she do? She turns the kids over to Leilani and leaves freaking town. Hey, Sky. Sky's exactly, yeah. cannabis, I don't have a problem with cannabis. I use cannabis. It helps with my pain and anxiety and stuff. Hal knew or should have known her daughter was unfit to provide proper care, while the maternal grandmother traveled out of state, according to the document, which says Leilani's two other kids had been placed in foster care. The three children have different fathers. One of them told the U.S. Sun he was questioning everything about his son Zane after his son Zane was removed from the home. Zane needs to be with me. I want to make sure he's safe. Well, is he a good person? I mean, just because he's saying this doesn't, Cody Wharton, that don't mean he's a good person. Maybe he is. I don't know. Even though I'm questioning everything, is he hurt? What is he doing? I don't want to get to call saying your son is hurt and going to the hospital. Well, you're very lucky. Very lucky he wasn't hurt. He said Leilani struggled with her mental health while they dated, which was corroborated in court documents, and claimed she was depressed and tried to overdose last spring while she was watching Zane. Tried to overdose, and yet the mother left her alone with the kids, the grandmother, and went out of town, even though she had pulled this little stunt. Oh my gosh, y'all. Meanwhile, former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer told the U.S. Sun the authorities are likely gathering more evidence before arresting and charging the mother. Well, of course, they're not done with the investigation yet. They have one opportunity to charge someone and make those charges stick to get a conviction, the former field agent told the outlet. Right now, it's all circumstantial. They're likely going through phone records, searching for the body, waiting for forensic test results before making an arrest. They want to have all the evidence first. Yeah, but let's say they jumped the gun and charged her with something and the charges didn't stick. When they gather more evidence, they can go back and refile those charges. Right? Right. That's not double jeopardy. Double jeopardy is when, you can't be tried in a court of law for the same exact crime twice. Like, if you're acquitted of murder, like O.J. Simpson was acquitted, they can't go back and charge him for Nicole and Ronald's murder again. They might come up with some other charges. They can't do double jeopardy. Anyways. Hey, Mommy Mars. Happy Sunday. Good to see you, Cece. I gotta go do chores. I got to get my chores done. Have a great day. You too, Warrior Grandma. I've got some stuff I gotta get done too. Plus, I'm gonna go make me something to eat. I've not ate yet today. So I can take my other medicine. Gosh, if I don't eat before I take those capsule pills, oh, it kills my freaking stomach. I mean, I get bad, bad stomach pains. Anyways, I just wanted to chat with y'all a little bit and see how y'all have been doing. I'm going to have to get off here in just a second. Get some things done. I might actually go take his sweatshirt off. I'm starting to burn up. I'm having a hot flash, honey. Oh, no. Thanks for talking about this case. Oh, no problem, Sky. I just wanted to look and see what was going on with it. Real quick. We'll talk more about it on another stream. Tomorrow morning, we're going to do the Jeffrey McDonald case. And Tuesday, we're going to do Susan Smith because it'll be the anniversary of her murdering Alex. And what was his name? Michael? Was that his name? Alex and Michael? I forget their little names. My memory is so bad. Anyways. And I just, this morning, I just want to talk about them protesters a little bit because they're a bunch of freaking weirdos down there. And anybody that goes down there and joins in on shouting outside somebody's house is a weirdo too, in my opinion. I've lost my daggone lighter. Oh, here it is. That's just not going to help anything. Oh, sorry, Scott. I really didn't talk that much about it. I was just talking a little bit about, the people that was arrested outside of the house last night. The protesters, the protesters left and then they come back later on and blocked the driveway and they were told by police to move They wouldn't let somebody back out, and they wouldn't do it, so they was cuffed and stuffed and charged with disorderly conduct. Yes, she drowned her boys in the 90s. Yes, because the man she was seeing, a rich, eligible bachelor in their town. He had told her that he didn't want to date her because she had kids, but he just blamed it on the kids. He really didn't want to date Susan because Susan was a hoe. She was promiscuous. She slept around with everybody. I mean, she's sleeping with this guy, and to make him jealous, she says, "Oh, I slept with your dad." You know, that's the kind of person Susan was. She thought killing her kids and getting them out of the way would make that man want her. There was more to it than that. He used the kids as an excuse just to get away from her. He didn't want her because she was a piece of crap. Pure trailer park trash. She wanted everybody to feel sorry for her because her stepdaddy molested her, she said. But yet, after she was 18 and out of the house, she was still sleeping with her stepdad, going and meeting up with him. That's the kind of person Susan is. Or was when she was out in society. I can't stand Susan Smith. To think that bitch strapped them kids in that car seat and pushed that car into the lake, and it took about 18 minutes for that car to sink. It kind of just bobbled there, you know. She had plenty of time to change her mind. You just think about being locked in your car seat or a seatbelt and going underwater. When the divers found the car underwater, one of the little boy's hands was pressed up against the window. Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know that part. The dad part. Yeah, she slept with her stepdaddy. Yeah, I know a lot about Susan. We'll talk about her Tuesday. You'll learn a lot about her. A lot. Susan is a narcissistic person. Her ex-husband David, he did go on to remarry and have other children. And of course, when he still talks about his kids with Susan, he breaks down and cries. I mean, here they were on the Good Morning America show. I think it was that show. He's holding her hand and supporting her. And then after that interview, she goes out in town and meets with the sheriff at the church and finally breaks down and confesses to what she done to the boys. The sheriff told her something like, he used God to get her to confess. God wants you to clear your conscience, basically something like that. And she broke down and told what she done with them. But I mean, she really had David Smith. I mean, she really snowballed him, as we call it around here. She had the wool pulled over his eyes. Susan, she was always a hoe, y'all. Always. From the time she was a young girl, she slept around with everybody. But she loved married men. And since she's been in prison, she had slept with a prison guard and told on him. And her motive for that was like she wanted to be transferred like to another pod or something like that. I'm gonna have to look that up and refresh my memory. But anyway, she slept with prison guards, other inmates. She has had sexually transmitted diseases. She has not been the model prisoner. She was a hoe when she was out in society, and she's still a hoe behind bars. Facts. Just an old nasty hoe. Road hoe, as my granny would call 'em. But anyways, we'll get all into all that Tuesday. That'll be a good stream because I love giving Susan Smith hell because she's a person I wouldn't pee on her if she was on fire. I mean, she ain't worth nothing. I'm gonna have to watch my mouth because I could get real mean about her. anyways. But when he found out the truth, he dropped her like a hot potato. I was so happy that Stephen saw the truth. It just broke. Yeah, he did, honey. When he found out she had murdered his children, he wanted her put to death. He was disappointed. If you go back and watch the footage of when she was convicted and got her sentence, when he comes out of the courtroom, he gives a little statement to the reporters, and he was really disappointed she didn't get the death penalty. It was. I was glad to see that he went on and married and had more children, because I'm telling you, that destroyed him. Of course. He loved his kids. He was a young dad, but he was a good dad, and he worked. Still works, as far as I know. Just a good person. Him and Susan wasn't no good for each other, which Susan was no good for any man or woman. I mean, she wouldn't even make a good companion to a freaking wild dog. A wild hyena, I'm telling you. Just complete weirdo. Complete psycho. Psychopath. Sociopath. All the above is what she is. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the morning. We'll be discussing Dr. Jeffrey McDonald. I've been taking some notes, as you can see. Taking some notes. I think I misspelled his name up there at the top. So I wouldn't forget nobody's names, and the perps, the alleged perps he tried to blame and stuff. I've been writing their names down, just this and that. But anyways, y'all have a great Sunday, the rest of your Sunday, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Be safe, be kind, and peace. And our Halloween stream will be on Halloween night, for the record. I've just not set it up yet. I'm going to make me a thumbnail and stuff before I set it up. But anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day. Be safe, be kind, and peace.